It's Monday, May 13. In the headlines, Health Ministry to respond to concerns over AstraZeneca vaccine. Scholarships coming for health sector workers. In business news, Access Financial Services Limited to consider dividend payments to shareholders. Regionally, potential for direct travel between Ghana and the Caribbean. And in sports, we have some results from the Jamaica Athletics Invitational. This is the news on PBC Jamaica. I'm Simone Absalom Gale. The Ministry of Health is preparing a response to growing public concern over the AstraZeneca vaccine. That's the word from Health and Wellness Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton. The drug was withdrawn from the market due to concerns over serious side effects. The manufacturer recently announced that it has withdrawn the vaccine from the market for commercial reasons, explaining that AstraZeneca has been superseded by updated vaccines that tackle new variants. Speaking on Radio Jamaica's hotline on Friday, Dr. Tufton defended the government's vaccine program during the COVID-19 pandemic. He says the vaccine saved the lives of thousands of Jamaicans during the global pandemic. When questioned about the reason behind its withdrawal and what it means for Jamaica, Dr. Tufton said he preferred to be briefed by the clinical team before giving more fulsome comments. Health sector workers in Jamaica are set to benefit from the Dr. Barry Wint Memorial Scholarship. Health and Wellness Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton made the announcement while making his contribution to the annual sectoral debate in Parliament last week.
Over 5 years, $500 million a year, a $2.5 billion project in keeping with the mandate for training for persons in the health field.
The scholarship will be made available to public health workers in September 2024 in the areas of nursing, medicine, public health, medical technology, epidemiology, health records management, hospital or healthcare management, information systems for health, pharmacy, dentistry, and health economics.
In other words, unfortunately, we can't just recruit. We have to now take a vested interest in training and retraining. And so what the ministry is saying, we can't build hospitals and have nobody to put in them. And that is likely to happen. It happens in other jurisdictions. We can't be buying diagnostic equipment, digitizing, and have no one to operate them. We can't not have people who can do the analytics. In other words, take the data and analyze it, health economics, in order to tailor our response to the population.
Dr. Tufton says the scholarship is open to graduate and postgraduate students and even students who are currently studying.
We have to move right into it because we need people for the build-out that is happening.
The Ministry of Education has established working groups tasked with determining the genuine expenses of education. This announcement was made by Minister of Education and Youth Favour Williams during her contribution to the sectoral debate last week. More in this report from Danita Rodney.
Speaking in the House of Representatives, Minister Favour Williams emphasized that the last cornerstone of education sector transformation involves revising the school funding model to enable more flexible resource allocation.
The final pillar of transformation calls for an adjustment to the funding model for schools to facilitate greater flexibility in the allocation of resources to schools. It calls us to implement a funding model that recalibrates the allocation based on the needs of schools in order to ensure equitable treatment.
She says 4 groups have been established to do a deep dive into the needs of schools.
4 working groups are currently being established, one at each level of the school system, meaning early childhood, primary, secondary, tertiary, to do a deep dive into the needs of schools and to give us an appropriate funding response guided by research.
Minister Williams further noted that the ministry is actively exploring methods to enhance accessibility and affordability of tertiary education.
Additionally, Madam Speaker, at the tertiary level, again, we have to put our collective efforts in figuring out how to make tertiary education more accessible and affordable for our students. I know the Student Loan Bureau has been innovative with its programs. Corporate Jamaica has also provided assistance in the form of scholarships, and the diaspora is assisting as well. For these significant contributions, we say thank you on behalf of our students.
The Education Minister also disclosed that the Prime Minister has allocated $3 million to each Member of Parliament to grant tertiary scholarships of up to $200,000 per student. Reporting for the news on PBCJ, I'm Danita Rodney.
Veteran drummer Desi Jones has died. He was 65 years old. It is reported that he was found unresponsive at home. He was rushed to hospital where he was pronounced dead. Mr. Jones, who played at the Herbie Miller curated weekly jazz at F&B downtown Friday night, was reported to be in good spirit after the performance. Over the years, Mr. Jones toured and recorded extensively with the likes of Jimmy Cliff, Barrington Levy, Muta Baruka, and Marcia Griffiths. Desi Jones has also recorded and toured with Jamaican jazz pianist and guitarist Monty Alexander and Ernie Ranglin. In 2019, he received the Order of Distinction in the rank of officer for his contribution to the development of Jamaican music in the genres of jazz, show music, and reggae. The public is being reminded that under the new Road Traffic Act, the police is empowered to ticket a motorist for careless driving. Head of the Public Safety and Traffic Enforcement Branch, Assistant Commissioner of Police Gary McKenzie, shared this update while speaking on the JIS discussion program Get the Facts recently, where he outlined some of the crucial amendments to the Road Traffic Act and regulations, which were implemented on February 1, 2023.
Under the old act, the police could not issue a ticket for careless driving. That has changed.
Okay.
So the police can now issue a ticket, someone can actually pay a fine or attend court.
For recklessness.
So those are two main improvements.
He notes that there's a demerit system where a driver can attract penalty points for committing certain offenses.
There are some offenses that attract demerit points.
Right.
For example, if you disobey a continuous white line, there are 2 points that are attracted to that. Now, that point, it is registered on your driver's license when you pay the fine or if you go to court and is convicted.
Okay.
That will be removed after 15 months, each point that you get.
Without a reoccurrence?
Whether or not.
Okay.
So it is the last offense that carries the point that after 15 months, that will be removed. So that is how it works. Now, it is very important for motorists to know that if you attract 10 points, then your license will be suspended for 6 months. And if it goes to 14, then it's 1 year.
Time now for the business report with Denise Williams.
Good day, everyone, and thank you for joining us on the Business Report. I'm Denise Williams, your guide to the latest happenings in the world of business. Over the weekend, 4 companies announced dividends or the intention to declare dividends so that investors can profit from cash flow to their bank accounts. Access Financial Services Limited has advised that its board of directors is scheduled to meet on May 28, 2024. And at this meeting, the directors will consider a dividend payment to the ordinary shareholders of the company. Stanley Motor Limited has advised that its board of directors will convene a meeting on Thursday, May 16, 2024, to consider the payment of a dividend to stockholders. NCB Financial Group Limited has declared an interim dividend of 50 cents per stock unit payable on June 10, 2024 to stockholders on record as of May 27, 2024. The ex-dividend is May 24, 2024. Grace Kennedy Limited has declared an interim dividend of 55 cents per stock unit payable on June 14, 2024 to stockholders on record as at May 24, 2024. The ex-dividend date is May 22, 2024. The recent expansion of local pharmaceutical giant R.A. Williams Distributors Limited into Spanish Town, St. Catherine is expected to contribute to the growth of the pharmaceutical market in Jamaica, which is projected to achieve US $97 million this year, according to JIS News. Industry, Investment and Commerce Minister, Senator, the Honorable Auburn Hill, in his address at the recent opening of the company's new complex in the New Brunswick Village, said the projection was taken from the statistics portal for market data. The industry is expected to grow by about 5 or 6% in the next year, the minister noted. Senator Hill said that as of March 31, 2024, the Pharmacy Council of Jamaica has on record 587 pharmacies, along with approximately 1,369 pharmacists, adding that the sector is poised to be a major player in Jamaica's development. Spanish Town-based thermoplastics manufacturer Omni Industries Limited has announced a combined initial public offer, an offer for sale of 500 million shares on the Jamaica Stock Exchange junior market. The shares come at a subscription price of $1 Jamaican per unit, and the offer will open this Friday, May 17, and closes at 4 p.m. on May 31. NCB Capital Markets is the lead broker and arranger for this combined offer. Founded by the late Uwe Kunst, a German entrepreneur in Jamaica, Omni Industries started out with the production of garden hoses in 1974 in Kingston. Today, Omni is located in the industrial zone of Twickenham Park, Spanish Town, St. Catherine, on over 7 acres, with more than 130,000 square feet of warehouse space. The company serves over 1,800 customers locally and overseas, with distributions to Panama. During trading for the period of May 6, 2024 to May 10, 2024, the following companies valued at 500 million Jamaican dollars or more in assets represent the overall volume leaders in terms of equity sales on the main market of the Jamaica Stock Exchange. Wigton Wind Farm Limited ordinary shares with 14,162,904 units, amounting to 29.78% of the market volume on the main market in terms of sales. Trans Jamaica Highway Limited with 9,066,901 units, amounting to 19.06% of the market value in the terms of sales. JMMB Group Limited 9.5% with 4,894,830 units, amounted to 10.2% of the market in terms of sales. During the trading period for May 6, 2024 to May 10, 2024 on the Jamaica Stock Exchange, the following companies represent the overall volume leaders in terms of sales of equities on the junior stock market, which houses companies valued at 50 million Jamaican dollars or more in asset value. Fosrich Company Limited with 117,790,248 units, amounted to 80% of the market volume in the junior market in terms of sales of stock. Caribbean Assurance Brokers Limited with 9,425,802 units, amounted to 6.42% of the market volume on the junior market in terms of sales. Mail Pack Group Limited with 3,000,000 912,499 units, amounting to 2.6% of the market volume on the junior market in terms of sales. Over on the Twin Island Republic of Trinidad and Tobago Stock Exchange, trading on May 10, 2024, registered a volume of 255,819 shares crossing the floor of the exchange, valued at $838,815 Trinidad and Tobago dollars and 26 cents. JMMB Group Limited was the volume leader with 170,749 shares changing hands for a value of $230,810 Trinidad and Tobago dollars and 15 cents, followed by NCB Financial Group Limited with a volume of 50,988 shares being traded for 137,667 Trinidad and Tobago dollars and 60 cents. Moving from the money moves of investors, executives, and companies, we turn to the Forex market. On May 10, 2024, the Bank of Jamaica reported that US $86.1 million was bought from Forex traders, while US $70.6 million was sold to Forex traders. Buying directly from the Bank of Jamaica, foreign currency traders sold the US dollar for $157.23 and bought the US dollars for $155.97. The difference between the buy and sell rate was $1.26, which represents a profit for Forex traders for every US dollar traded. Canadian Forex traders earned a trading profit of 32 cents from transactions with the Bank of Jamaica. The Canadian dollar was sold at $115.22 and bought for $114.90. For traders looking at the British pound, they pocketed a profit of $1.93, selling it for $196.61 and buying it for $194.68. For a credit report tip of the day, we want to talk to persons who just got their first job. So landing your first job at 18 is a significant milestone. You get a paycheck, but you also are included in the world of credit. So from your first job until you die, your credit report follows you, okay? So here's how you can kickstart your credit journey on the right foot. Take time to understand credit basics. Grasp the fundamentals of credit. Learn about your credit score, how they're calculated, and the impact on your financial future. And with that, we wrap up today's business report. I'm Denise Williams. Appreciate your company. Stay well informed. Stay ahead of the curve. Until our next update, take care.
Thanks, Denise. In regional news, Trinidad and Tobago's Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley is hoping the opening of the newest airport in Ghana could signal a bridge between that country and CARICOM. Sunil Lala reports.
Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley was a special guest of honor in Ghana at the Silver Jubilee celebration of the ascension of the Asantehene Otumfuo Osei Tutu II to the Golden Stool and reign as the King of Ashanti. Speaking at the event, Dr. Rowley touched on the opening of a commissioning ceremony for an international airport in Kumasi, which took place on Friday, noting it could be the start of truly strengthening ties between Ghana and the Caribbean.
We see the first steps of international travel as possibilities between our people, Ghana and the Caribbean, Ghana to Trinidad and Tobago. We're working on it. I trust when the first flights are available to see many of you coming to do business, to vacation, or just to explore Trinidad and Tobago and the wider Caribbean. Support that trade route. Support that travel route.
Dr. Rowley said not only could a direct flight from Ghana to the Caribbean be cut in half, but also provides a significant opportunity to increase trade and boost tourism.
We can do it. Let not the Atlantic keep us apart. But you see, this will not only provide the bridge between Trinidad and Tobago and Ghana as we join hands. It will provide a bridge between the Caribbean, CARICOM, and the African continent to increase trade and investment between Africa and the Caribbean.
And Dr. Rowley also urged collaboration between the African Union and CARICOM amid growing calls for reparations for the injustices committed against Africans through the transatlantic enslavement.
CARICOM heads propose to place more emphasis on direct engagement, advocacy, and negotiations, including strengthening partnership with the African Union in treating with this matter of reparatory justice. I expect that in this matter, in which we have common cause, we will have the support of our friends and brothers on the continent in having it included in the agenda of the Commonwealth Heads of Government, the Shogam Conference in October 2024.
On Friday, during a meeting with the President of Ghana, Dr. Rowley also expressed the need to harmonize efforts for reparations and to complete negotiations for the bilateral air services agreements between the two nations. Sonolala, TTT News.
Barbados and Liberia are being told they must look beyond traditional sectors for growth and expansion. The advice comes from Senior Vice President of the Barbados Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Paul Ennis. He also says the BCCI is ready to do business with Liberia.
As it relates to innovation and entrepreneurship, we would like to see and cultivate an atmosphere suitable for collaboration for both our nations to initiate innovation and entrepreneurship exchange programs. These initiatives should serve as conduits for the exchange of invaluable ideas, best practices, and resources within the realms of innovation for startups and small to medium-sized enterprises. By fostering a climate that encourages innovation and entrepreneurship, Barbados and Liberia stand to unlock fresh avenues for economic expansion and employment generation. We must recognize the importance of nurturing people-to-people connections. That's why we're here. While formal agreements and business partnerships are essential, it is equally crucial to foster genuine understanding and appreciation of each other's cultures, traditions, and values. So the Barbados Chamber of Commerce and Industry stands as a committed partner in navigating this exciting new frontier.
Guyana and the European Union is strengthening its decade-old forest management and preservation partnership with a recommitment to the process from both sides. This was made on Thursday during the hosting of European Day at Hermadston Lodge, Georgetown, by the EU delegation in Guyana.
EU and Guyana work together to use and enjoy the forest sustainably, which means that we will use it while preserving it for the generations to come. Let me just give you one example of what we do. One of the developments is a comprehensive digital wood tracking system. It will be operational very soon. I was told within a couple of weeks. And that system will replace the current very comprehensive but somewhat cumbersome paper-based system that is being used now. So with a digital system, the Guyana Forestry Commission can track wood products in real time. And that makes the whole system extremely transparent so that there is a very good chance that Guyana can maintain its very low deforestation rate.
Our recent collaboration under the Global Gateway Initiative underscores our shared commitment to protecting natural resources and fostering sustainable development in indigenous communities. This support being provided under the initiative reflects the European Union's commitment to contributing to the socio-economic development of Guyana while fostering sustainable development.
In sports, we're on the track with athletics. Jamaica's Rochelle Clayton won the women's 400-meter hurdles at the Jamaica Athletics Invitational at the National Stadium on Saturday night, clocking a world-leading 53.72 seconds. Britain's Dina Asher-Smith won the 200 meters at the Jamaica Athletics Invitational in Kingston. Asher-Smith, who's 28 years old, clocked 22.51 seconds, piping Ivory Coast's Jessica Bai in second and Jamaica's Lene Tava Thomas in third. Meanwhile, Ivory Coast Marie-Josée Talou Smith stormed to an impressive 10.91 seconds to win her first 100 meters of the season. Nairobi's Amusan won the women's 100 meters hurdles in a world-leading 12.40 seconds. Reigning world champion Danielle Williams finished second in 12.46 seconds, with Christina Clemens of the USA taking third place in 12.54 seconds. Yannick Thompson of Jamaica secured fourth in 12.59. In other events on the day, triple jump sensation Jaden Hibbert covered a distance of 17.57 meters to win the men's triple jump. His winning distance, achieved on his second attempt, ranks as the second best globally for the 2024 His winning distance, achieved on his second attempt, ranks as the second best globally for the 2024 outdoor season. The event resulted in a podium sweep for Jamaica, with Jordan Scott securing second place with a jump of 16.84 meters and Brian Wassam finishing third with 16.62 meters. Now to the creases with cricket. West Indies will host South Africa in a test match in Guyana at the National Stadium in Providence from August 15 to August 19. It will be the second test of a two-match series, with the first test in Trinidad from August 7 to August 11. Details in this report.
The National Stadium last hosted test matches in May 2011 with West Indies against Pakistan. International cricket last featured at the National Stadium when West Indies battled India in the T20 international match in August 2023. Cricket West Indies announced these matches as part of an action-packed schedule for the West Indies men's side, featuring international home tours against South Africa, England and Bangladesh from May to December 2024. The home tours begin with a visit from South Africa, featuring 3 T20 internationals at Sabina Park before the ICC Men's T20 World Cup. The Proteas will then return to the region after the West Indies test tour to England in July for a two-test match series to be played in Trinidad and Tobago and Guyana. This will follow a second three-match T20 international series at the Brian Lara Cricket Academy in Trinidad ahead of the Republic Bank Caribbean Premier League. Following a white ball tour to Sri Lanka in October, the West Indies will then welcome England to the Caribbean for a white ball tour consisting of 3 one-day internationals and 5 T20 internationals. The series will be played across Antigua and Barbados and St. Lucia. Bangladesh then completes the action-packed year with an all-format tour before Christmas, with 2 test matches in Antigua and Barbuda and Jamaica, 3 ODIs in St. Kitts and Nevis, and 3 T20 internationals in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. For the newsroom, Akim Green.
And that's it for the news on PBCJ. Pleasant viewing.